What's going on, guys? It is Royalty Crypto here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about one of, if not the hottest layer 1 blockchain in the space right now, and that is SUI. I'll also be giving you guys an overall market review, where I expect these coins to go in the next couple of days to weeks, and also I will show you guys a couple different reasons why I believe that Q1 of 2026 will likely be the parabolic phase for this market. Also, guys, if you have any coins in particular that you want me to do a video review on, feel free to drop them in the comment section. I would be happy to do so. And also, this is a brand new channel, so I would greatly appreciate it if you guys could like and subscribe. But without further ado, let's take a look at this market. So as you can see here, we are actually having a pretty decent recovery day, especially for the top altcoins here. Bitcoin is up 2%, well above $100,000, which you do like to see. Ethereum is regaining some bullish traction back above 3,400, which is fantastic. Yesterday, we did get close down to the 3,000 level, and it's nice to see a sharp V-shaped recovery off of those levels. Also, Solana is looking very bullish at $161. But now let's go ahead and scroll down to SUI, which is currently the 18th most valuable coin in the space. And as you can see here, we are currently trading at $2.02, which equates to a $7.5 billion market cap, which is quite amazing. The 24-hour volume on this coin is 1.38 billion, which is actually down 34% from yesterday, which is so incredible to see. When you see volume this high, guys, it just really does go to show that there is so much attention around this coin. And obviously, when there's a lot of attention around a coin and the price is down substantially, it presents a fantastic buying opportunity, in my opinion. And when you look at the SUI chart, guys, we are basically touching our yearly low that we hit back in April of this year. Now, the reason why we went this low in April was due to the extreme fear caused from the tariff situation that was going on. Now, in my opinion, guys, we are experiencing extreme fear yet again, but I believe there's way less of a reason to have extreme fear now than there was back in April of this year. We have much more clarity with the tariff situation. We have upcoming rate cuts. Now, there's a chance we might not get one in December, but that's really not even that big of a deal, and I'll talk about that later on in this video. But yeah, in my opinion, guys, the macro is just looking absolutely fantastic. And I believe that the fear that we're experiencing in the market right now is very overblown. And I will also talk about that later on in this video. Now, one other thing that I did want to address with SUI, which used to be a concern of mine, and it still is just a tad bit, but it is the fully diluted market cap on this coin. So as you can see, we only have about 45 of the tokens in circulation right now. But when you scroll on down to the unlock schedule for this coin, it's really not that bad, at least for the medium term. As you can see here, it is a very slow uptrend with the token unlock, so there is a little bit of inflation, but nothing that substantial, and it actually does slow down once we get into 2026. Now, in the long term, there is a bit of an issue with this coin, and I think it will be a concern when we get closer to that time. But as you can see, in 2030, we actually go from 4.76 billion SUI in circulation to 10 billion. So that's over a 50% unlock in one day. So yeah, I think when we get to that point, that will be a legitimate concern. And I probably won't be holding any SUI in 2029 just because of that. But nonetheless, guys, that is way down the road, so we really don't need to worry about that right now. When we go back up to the chart, I do want to give you guys a little bit of a price prediction for this coin. I think that it is very realistic that SUI could see about $100 billion market cap, which is currently about where Solana sits. I think Solana is actually at 85 billion, but obviously we've had a lot of red in the market lately. So yeah, I think it is very realistic that SUI could potentially hit $100 billion market cap if we get extreme greed and euphoria back in this market, which I do expect that we will at some point, likely in the next 6 months. So yeah, if that's the case, guys, you're looking at about a 14x from here, which is quite amazing. So I would say best case scenario for SUI for this cycle, I could see it getting to about $30. And I think that obviously now us sitting at $2 is a generational buying opportunity on this coin. And personally, guys, I am taking advantage of it. And this is not financial advice, of course, but I do believe that the risk to reward with buying SUI at $2 flat is absolutely amazing. All right, let's take a look at the fear and greed index, which I believe is a very important indicator in the market. So as you can see here, we are sitting at a 20 on the fear and greed index. So we are basically in extreme fear. So whenever we're this low on the fear and greed index, I do believe it is a fantastic time to be buying. Now, I believe it's best to be a contrarian trader. And what I mean by that is to be trading against what the general population is doing. And I don't know if you guys have been on crypto Twitter or even in the YouTube comment section much in the past week, but everybody is bearish, like quite literally everybody. And it's getting to the point where people are incredibly emotional about it, like telling you that you're an idiot for thinking that crypto is bullish and saying that crypto is dead and that they're selling their entire portfolio and never coming back. Guys, whenever we see anything like that in the market, it is a golden buying opportunity to me, because I guarantee you, say that the sentiment starts to flip more bullish in the coming weeks, all of these people will start to think, oh shit, I think I just missed out on this fantastic opportunity. I need to buy back into crypto right now before it's too late. And that's when we start to see, that upwards momentum again. And we have so many bullish catalysts coming up in the next couple of months. And I believe once people stop acting so afraid of this market, they will start to focus on those catalysts. And that will be what sends us so much higher in this market. I do genuinely believe that. All right, let's take a look at some tweets that I saw today. So this was actually from Trump's speech this morning. So I'm going to go ahead and play this clip for you guys.
We're making the United States the Bitcoin superpower, the crypto capital of the world, and the undisputed leader in artificial intelligence. We're leading China by a lot.
Yeah, guys, so it is quite incredible that the president of the United States is saying these things about Bitcoin. And I don't think many of us, including myself, ever thought that this would be the case. I mean, back in 2023, it seemed like the US government was leaning more towards banning crypto than anything. And now that we have someone who's outspokenly supporting Bitcoin the way that President Trump is, it is amazing. Now, I don't think that you could ever argue that Bitcoin is dead when you're having, dialogue like this from the President of the United States, but that's just my opinion. Let's take a look at yet another clip from today that really does support my Q1 of next year bullish thesis. So I'm going to go ahead and play this for you guys.
Energy prices are down, interest rates are down, despite the fact that we have a total nincompoop at the Federal Reserve. It was recommended by one of my real great people who I'd never spoke to again. And the cost of the typical new mortgage is down by nearly $3,000 a year. Day by day, we're making America affordable again. It's going to be affordable again at a really record pace. And, other people are going to take credit. All the mayors and all the governors, they're going to say what a great job. They didn't do a damn thing.
So yeah, guys, as you can see, President Trump is yet again calling out Jerome Powell and calling him a nincompoop today. I mean, obviously, all jokes aside, this really does go to show that whoever Trump replaces Jerome Powell with in May of next year is obviously going to be a very dovish Fed chair, which is what crypto really needs. Because as you can see here, guys, we only have a 62.5% chance of getting a 25 basis point rate cut in December. Now, obviously, that's more likely than not, but you would much rather like to see, 90% plus. But regardless, guys, even if we don't get this rate cut in December, I'm not very worried about it, because we know, guys, that whoever Trump decides to appoint as Fed chair next year is going to cut these rates incredibly quickly and turn on these money printers, and the economy is going to go crazy, at least in the short term. Obviously, you can argue that this is long-term bearish, which, I mean, I totally agree, especially for the, in terms of the dollar and inflation. But short-term, guys, I do believe that this is going to cause the market to go parabolic, and it's likely that we start to price that in the coming months. Normally, the crypto market is a forward-looking market, and I think that everybody is starting to realize the fact that, yeah, in May, money printers are coming, QE is coming, rates are going down, and people are going to start to buy these assets. All right, guys, so another thing that I wanted to look at, which actually has a lot to do with what I just talked about with, the potential QE coming soon and all of that. This is the DXY chart, which is what tracks the value of the US dollar compared to other currencies. And typically, guys, Bitcoin trades in an inverse correlation with this chart. So as you can see, we actually have been in a pretty significant uptrend on the DXY since September 16th. And as you guys know, Bitcoin has actually been trending down since early October. So yet again, guys, the inverse correlation is holding up with this chart. But as I said, guys, if we start to turn on the money printer and slash rates and all of that, the DXY is without a doubt going to come down, because when we're printing more money, it makes the US dollar, less valuable. And obviously, as I just stated, if we're trading on an inverse correlation with Bitcoin, if the DXY starts to tank, then Bitcoin should go parabolic, and I do expect that to happen. All right, and then the last thing that I wanted to take a look at is the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. So as you guys can see here, it is quite incredible the amount of leverage shorts that are open on Bitcoin right now compared to longs. As you can see here, there's over 3 billion leverage shorts open on Bitcoin compared to 60 million longs. This really does show me that it's very likely that we will start to liquidate some of these short traders, because that's typically how the market likes to react, you know? Like if these whales and exchanges see that they have an opportunity to cause a short squeeze, they will undoubtedly take it. So in my opinion, that will likely happen soon. And let's take a look at this liquidation heat map as well. Yeah, guys, so I do think that it is very likely that Bitcoin will push up to about the $110,000 range and start to liquidate some of these shorts. Much more likely, in my opinion, than us to continue down, just because I think that, you know, everything in this drop that we've had recently that needed to be accomplished has been accomplished. We liquidated so many long leverage traders that were getting overly bullish in the past couple of months, and now I believe that it's time for us to start to liquidate the overly confident bears in the market. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know how high you think SUI could potentially get in this cycle, and let me know what you guys think that Bitcoin is going to do in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.